welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you are tuning in today. So today's class is going to cover the number one mistake that I see health coaches make. That is in the promotions of planning their group programs. I know I absolutely have spent so much time on perfecting my group programs that the promotion sometimes is more of an afterthought. But I can't tell you how many times I've been in other people's Facebook groups and they've posted their disappointment that maybe they've had 2, 3, 5 people sign up for their amazing life-changing programs. So a key element in having a successful program launch is planning. So your ideal client can find you, they can get to know who you are, they can start to like you, and absolutely then start to trust you. So then they're going to pay you for that life-changing, amazing program that you spent so much time on. So in this episode, you're going to learn how to schedule a successful webinar launch strategy to sell your group coaching program. And if we haven't met yet, I'm Lori Kampa. I am a working certified health coach, and I also train health coaches to make their purpose stronger than any fear, so they go big and having a profitable wellness business with the work we all absolutely love. So again, you are in the right spot for learning about how to grow your business with wellness workshops. So all episodes are recorded live onto my podcast, Health Coaching Biz Made Easy, and that's at workshopsdone.com/podcast. So you can tune in to any past live training, and this one, you're going to want to listen to it again. So grab your notebook if you don't already have one in front of you, maybe even grab a calendar, but I'm going to be giving you a lot of different information on how to schedule a successful webinar launch program so that you have a successful program, that you have many people signing up. So it's going to be profitable for you. So I'm going to be getting right to the point about why scheduling ahead and having that timing down, it's critical for your group program sales. How to craft a successful launch calendar with a webinar, also called a masterclass, to sell your program. And I'm even going to be getting down to the nitty-gritty. What are the best times maybe for you to give those promotional webinars, those masterclass? So this is an episode that if you don't have a calendar with you in front of you right now, you're going to want to check it out again and plan out your next program launch. I'm all about taking action right after you listen to a training, because education does not always mean transformation. So think about what is the way that you can transform from this training and go forward with a bigger business. So you may have a detox program, you may have that group coaching program, and this would be something that would be part of a program launch. So if you're not familiar with what a launch is, it's basically just a process. A launching strategy is a series of planned and intentional steps. So it's like a roadmap that you take to get your course or your group coaching program in front of your ideal clients. So a successful launch strategy will convert your email list, your audience, into paying clients so they can experience your program. That is the end goal, right? So it's critical for the success of your program to schedule everything ahead, to perfect the timing of your promotion of your program, as well when you actually hold your group coaching program. So I see many coaches talk about the importance of when they hold their group program. I agree. I was just looking at my January dates for my detox, and I need to stay away from Martin Luther King Day because our school also has other dates off around that. So I know people are going to be taking vacations and they may not want to sign up for my detox. So it's absolutely important to see those dates. Are there any conflicts around the dates that you are selecting for your detox or whatever program you see? But I think we all need to give a little bit more importance to the promotional dates that are before the program. Those are very significant, if not even more important than your group program dates. So I'm going to be talking about the timing now of the promotions. And that can feel sometimes overwhelming, and it can feel complex if you've never done this before. And just know, I have absolutely been in your shoes. I felt so much stress my first couple launches, and I look back and I think about how I could have planned more effectively for not just a more successful launch, but for a more mindful launch. I was up till 2 in the morning, many nights, because I didn't realize what I needed to do. And so you're going to get an overview step by step here. I know some of you that are on live with me right now are part of the Workshops Done Academy program. So for every single step in the roadmap, definitely look into module 3. There's going to be a lot more information with every step you need to take. So when I feel overwhelmed when I'm doing a launch, I put my hands on my heart and I just connect with my experience. I connect to having compassion for myself, and I breathe. So many health coaches that I work with get stuck at this point, and I want you to go ahead and go forward. So if you think you can't do this, or if you're thinking of past experiences that have not been successful, just remember your past does not indicate what your future is going to be. You can create action to create a different future. And right now you're here, you're listening, and you're learning how to prepare ahead of time, and you're understanding that that's critical to the success of your group program. So you don't have to do anything perfectly. I first started with my 50% launches. So just do what you can. And then the next launch, you repeat it again, but then you refine, you regrow. So every time you do something, you're repeating and refining it and continuing to get better. So the first thing you need to do is plan your group program dates, and then you backtrack on your calendar to see how do those promotional dates look. So I'm going to give you some examples, and again, it may help you to look at a calendar so you can visualize the different dates that I'm going to be talking about. So for example, and this is my true life examples here, I run a 5-day Whole Foods cleanse program. So having it the first week of January, right? It's ideal. Where like people are saying it's the new year, we want to start fresh. We love that fresh start. People are motivated to lose weight that first week of January. However, for my ideal market, I work with busy professional moms. So what do you think they're doing the 2 weeks before the first week of January? They are preparing all the meals for all the holiday gatherings. They probably have kids at home from school. So they may not actually be prepared to be watching a webinar. They might not be available to be listening to some Facebook Lives or reading emails. So you need to think about your ideal clients and what they are doing. So when we can see your program dates and then the promotional dates, we can make a better decision. So some people that last 2 weeks of December may actually respond more to Facebook Lives, to emails, to webinars, invites that week. If you're working with an age group where people have their kids or out of the house, maybe they're going to be more responsive because they're off of work that week and their kids are just going to be home for a couple days, right? So you have to think about who your clients are and who are those perfect people that you want into your program, and what do you think they are going to respond to. So who are you trying to attract to your program, and what do you think is going to work best for them? So for that example, if you did it that first week of January, which absolutely still works, you would just need to plan a little bit longer promotional time, or you can have it later in January. So you also have to think about your own personal schedule, right? Are you available those last few weeks of December? Are you wanting to work a lot and promote your group and give webinars during that holiday time? So I actually love the second and third week of January. Those weeks have been massive hits for my detox program. But for this January, it's going to look a little different because I'm taking an 8-day vacation the last week of December. So when I looked at my first set of dates, thinking about, oh, I'm going to start my whole food cleanse on January 10th. These are some dates that if you are going to be around that last week of December, take these dates and run with them. So maybe you would want to start your whole foods cleanse, your detox, your group coaching program on Monday, January 10th. Then you have to backtrack. Okay, I do a training pre-cleanse call the Thursday before. That would be Thursday, January 6th. Then you need to think about, when am I going to close my cart? When am I going to say, hey, my early bird special is done. You cannot sign up for my detox anymore. I usually do that Tuesday or Wednesday of my training session. So that's going to be January 4th or 5th. I like to open my cart 7 to 10 days before. And when you open your cart and you're like, hey, I'm ready for you to sign up, that's also the first day you do your first webinar. So if I'm going to do it 1 week out, that would be Tuesday, December 28th. That would be my cart open. It might be a good date to have that. I would also do a webinar on Saturday, January 1st, because that just feels like a good day to do another day as a fresh start. But I would need to promote my webinar on Tuesday, December 21st. Now that's going to get to be a tricky week. So when you have something like a holiday, something that people are going to be doing something different with their behavior, you may need to promote longer. You may need to do a 10-day or 14-day promote of something so that people hear your message. People need to hear your message over and over and over again. It sounds like you're repeating yourself, but nobody's really paying attention to everything you do. Now, before you promote your webinar, what do you think needs to happen? You need to be list building. You need to be warming up your audience. So you have freebies that you're giving people. Maybe you're doing a challenge. Maybe you're doing a weekly Facebook Live so they're getting to know you. Maybe you're doing other free webinars or workshops in your community so that you're growing your email list so you have the biggest list possible when you promote your webinar. Now, webinars in itself, I think, are the #1 way to grow your email list, because you're getting new people on your list when they sign up, but they're also really getting to know you. It's like an hour commercial, right? So what I've decided for my January cleanse is I'm actually going to be starting it on January 24th this year, because like I said, during Martin Luther King week, the week before, we have an extra couple days off of school. So I've already heard from some people that would most likely sign up for my cleanse that they're taking a vacation, and nobody wants to do a detox when they're on vacation. They need to be at home, able to cook, and it's a lot easier then. So I'm going to be having my pre-cleanse training call on January 20th. I'm going to be doing my cart close on January 18th or 19th. So then that way, I'm going to be promoting my program January 11th through the 18th. Now you can promote your program as early as 1 month before, but I feel like 7 to 10 days is the perfect length. Otherwise, it gets to be a little bit too long and a little exhausting for you to be promoting something for a month. But you decide what's right for you. If it's an 8-week program or 10-week program, the bigger the program, the earlier you may want to promote it so people can plan ahead. So for that example, I'm going to be having my cart open on January 11th with a webinar, which again, I like to call a masterclass on that day. I'm also in works with a new yoga studio. I actually just met with them yesterday to do monthly workshops there. So I already have a plan of what workshops I'm going to be doing in November and December. And then January's workshop, these are workshops that I'm going to get paid to do. That the January one is going to lead into my detox. So we already know that I have that Saturday. Plus, I have a date open on January 12th that I want to get another workshop. So I like to do at least 1 or 2 webinars and 1 and 2 in-person workshops to promote my cleanse. So the more different places you can go and the different timing, doing a day one and an evening one for webinars, you're going to get different people. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. So what I need to do 30 to 60 days before is list build, warm up my audience. So right now I have a new lead magnet that's out, and it's talking about my 3 top healthy and delicious soups. those soup recipes are from my different cleanses. So I didn't have to research anything new. That's exactly where they're from. So people can see, oh, these are really delicious soups, but they're also nutrient based, right? And now I have another one coming out that's quick and easy breakfasts. So people know, hey, this is doable. These meals are not complex. They can easily make these because my ideal client is that busy professional. So my goal is to create one new freebie every month so that I can continue to warm up my audience. The people who are already on my list are going to get my freebies, and I'm also gaining new people on my list at the same time. So I just did my first Instagram carousel. So you have probably seen on Instagram that there are some slides that people come across, and those get more traction on Instagram than just a static image. So I just did one about my 5 tips to get off that sugar roller coaster. So if you want to see that, I'm at Coach Lori K, Lorik on Instagram. So follow me there and tell me what you think of my new Instagram carousel, my slides. So I know I just said a lot of dates. So again, you're going to want to listen to this episode again so you can look at a calendar. But my absolute recommendation would be to start now. Think about when are your program dates? When do you want to backtrack it then to do your promotion and your webinar? So when you think about your webinar, we do have some times that typically work better than others. So again, that's about 7 to 14 days before you close your cart. So you're going to want to have at least one webinar 7 to 14 days before you close your cart. And you may have cart close on the same day that your program starts. I like to do it just a couple days before so people can prepare. So the day that your first webinar happens is the day that your cart opens, and that's a lot to handle. So think about having everything ready for your cart to open way in advance, a couple weeks in advance. So all you have to figure out is giving your masterclass and really focusing on getting people ready to come into your masterclass. So when there's been research, like when it talks about when is the best time for people to attend a webinar, every single time it comes back with Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But again, you need to think about what does your ideal client want. If they are retired, if they are stay-at-home moms, this might be different, right? So if you're not sure of the optimal time for your audience to tune in, then ask them. Create a poll in your Facebook group, use a Google form, use SurveyMonkey, send a link via email, whatever it is, or just talk to a few of your friends. Most people really love giving their opinions, and especially it's a quick question, right? You're asking them something that's going to take a few seconds, and they're more likely to attend because you already involved them since you asked if they could attend. So plus, asking about their availability is just another form of engagement, and it's building your relationship that you know that they care about you. So I also love to just experiment and offer a webinar, a masterclass, the exact same one at different times. So on your registration page, they'll have 2 or 3 different times that they can choose from so that they can decide what's best for them. So that way you can guarantee that there's going to be a time that works for everybody because we want them to show up live. The conversion rate when they show up live is so much greater than when they watch the replay or if they watch the replay. So figure out the best times and have this experiment to see which time slots have the most people attend. What I like to do is a Tuesday at 2 o'clock Central Time, and then a Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I would love to hear from you. What is your ideal time to tune in for live training? Is it on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, which is when we're doing this training right now? What are your times that you like to tune into live training? So post in the Facebook group, post on Zoom, and include your time zone of where you are at. For me, because I am an entrepreneur, like probably almost all of you, for me, I love to attend any kind of master classes during the workday. And I typically don't tune into the evening because that's when I am cooking dinner. And that's probably a lot of you, that we are not putting in frozen pizzas. We're making home cooked healthy meals, and we're sitting down with our family to have that quality time as well. So think about your ideal client and when they would come in. So take into account those different time zones when planning your webinar. And when you list out your webinar time, don't just say your time zone. List out all the different time zones. We need to make things as easy as possible for the people that you are promoting to, so that they can see, oh, it's at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, it's at noon Pacific time. I can see that. I don't have to figure it out in my head. So when we choose a date, right, you're going to choose your program dates. Ideally, I would like you to do that today. Choose your program dates and then backtrack, right? When you do this, you're telling the universe, you're like, I just chose a date and a time for my next program. Maybe you're even thinking about, this is going to be my workshop title. That's the next step, that you would put it out there, like, save the date. I have this new masterclass coming up. It's all about how to cook how to kick the sugar habit. And then you can do a workshop and then tie it into your cleanse at the end. So when you put something out there, especially whether it's on social media, a quick email to save the date, you're committing to a plan. You're putting it out there. And I absolutely love action. My program, Workshops Done Academy, is all about, it's results-based, all about action. So as soon as you're done with this class, please look at your calendar and choose your dates to when you want to give a public workshop. And that public webinar might be to promote your program, but if you don't have one coming up, plan one out so that you can list build. So think about 20 to 30 days out, so you have enough time to promote and you have enough time to practice. Now you need to plan the dates for the promotion of your masterclass, right? We've picked out the dates of the program. We've decided on when we're going to do the masterclass, when we're going to do all the promoting. So now, when are we going to start promoting our new masterclass to promote your program? Well, plan those dates to promote your webinar. Absolutely, you need 7, 10, or 14 days to promote the webinar. My sweet spot is 7 days. I feel that when I put things out 10, 14 days out, people sign up and then they completely forget that they signed up for something. So mark your webinar date on your calendar and schedule your promotion of your webinar. That can be 7 to 14 days out. I like using a year-length calendar. So I see the entire year, and then I actually mark the calendar. So I see and highlight, when am I promoting my webinar? When am I actually promoting my program? When am I actually having the program? So it's very clear, and I'm not going to schedule a lot of other things that are going to conflict around that same time. So you can increase your promotion to wherever you are active. So maybe for you, it's LinkedIn. For me, I do most of my promotion on Facebook and then Instagram. Maybe for you, it's Twitter. I also promote a lot via email. I love, love, love putting my webinars on Nextdoor, Eventbrite, all those free places. And you know, I might only get 5 to 6 people at each one of these doing a Facebook event, but all of those are new people coming into you, and just grabbing 5 people here, 5 people there, 5 people there, that's a big difference. And then if 30% of them convert to buying your program, it's all worth the 5 minutes to create one more extra event, right? So you want to promote in your Facebook group, in your business page, in your personal page. Instagram and Facebook, I believe, are the best for those last minute reminders to attend your webinar. The bottom line You need to tell people multiple times why they should show up. What is in it for them? I always think about it's not anything about you. It's all about them. Why is it worth their time? So speak to your ideal clients, their needs. What is the problem that they have, and how are you going to solve it in this masterclass? What is the transformation, the results that they're going to get if they attend this masterclass? And finally, with every single email, every single post, make sure you include the link to register for your webinar. I see this mistake often. They talk about a webinar and then you're like, well, where's the link to sign up? Or they're like, oh yeah, well, it's over here. No, just make it easy as possible. I feel the gold is in the personal messages. So think about writing down 50 people that you think would want to attend your free masterclass, and then message them. Maybe you think about your neighbor. Okay, they're on Facebook. You're going to message them there. Maybe it's somebody that's at a soccer game with you and you are friends, you text back and forth. Then you can text them the information. But ask if they want, talk to them about, hey, I'm doing this free masterclass. If you want information, let me know. So you're not just giving them all the information, you're getting a dialogue, and you're really being nice, and you're helping them out by telling them that you're going to be having this free masterclass on kicking sugar or how to detox their body for beginners, whatever your masterclass is. And this might feel very overwhelming to you right now. I know if I was a new health coach, I would feel stressed. So I just wanted to pause and just say, instead of focusing on how much you need to do this, just think about the how, right? Fundamentally, it's always about the how. And it's not about the 50 things. It's about doing one thing at a time. I have learned over and over and over again, it's about one thing at a time. And I give that one thing all of my love. And then that one task, I'm going to complete it. Then I'm going to move on to the next thing, right? Just think about what's the next best thing you need to do. And the hardest part of a launch, it's usually that first 1% and then that last 10%. So don't let that first 1% stop you. Think about with your health coaching clients, they might need to take that first step to exercise every day. And that might be a 15-minute walk, right? So just getting their shoes on, that might be the first step. Maybe it's just putting their tennis shoes on. Maybe that's what's going to be their first 1%. Everybody is different and we have to meet them where they're at. And that means yourself too. You need to think about where can you challenge yourself, but also where can you have compassion for yourself. Now, if you like to procrastinate and you like to avoid doing new things, if that's you, to say, yeah, that's me, then you absolutely need to create a plan. I think everybody needs to create a plan, but that's even more imperative if you like to procrastinate. Have a plan and then put the to-do dates that they need to be done. The reason people hand you over money for your program is because they know that you're authentic, right? And that you're coming from the heart. If you're living this life authentically, which I know all of you are, and you're doing the work that you believe in and that you love, people will know that and they'll respond to what they want to be a part of your program. So think about the people you're serving. Instead of the fear and all the things you need to do, just think about those end people, about how you are impacting their lives, how you are transforming their lives to live a vibrant life in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s because of the change that they've had from working with you. So when you think about these little tasks, schedule your dates first, right? Pull out a highlighter. Pick the 3 most important tasks to help you move forward in your launch. Focus on income-producing activities. Now break those down into clear and concrete steps. Now you'll have this clear head to be focused, right? Instead of having these big tasks, you break them down. And you can be focused on just getting one little task done, maybe 2. Progress happens little by little. So whatever we're doing, right, we're doing it mindfully, we're breathing, we're giving it all of our attention, all of our love, And we're focused on that one most important task. What's the next best thing that needs to happen? And just with our health coaching clients, I see this all the time. Like, it's just doing one thing. There's a lot of power in just doing one thing at a time, one thing every day. So the harder you work, the more effort you do, it doesn't always translate into better results. I think we all know this, right? It's about working smarter. And I believe it's also working from our heart, really feeling our purpose of being a health coach and how we can be there to transform lives and not letting fear step in the way or overwhelm step in the way. And I think that's where done for you programs really come in. And workshops are an example, excellent example of that, right? That in Workshops Done Academy, it lays out everything you need to do step by step. So you don't have to wonder, what am I supposed to be doing next? You know exactly what to do and when, and you have the support from me to help guide you. So in the spirit of having not just a successful launch, but a mindful, heart-centered launch, you know, you may need to make some changes in your life. Maybe you need to seek more support from a group. So in Workshops Done Academy, we have group live coaching. My next course is going to be kicking off next month in November. So being stuck and staying there is not an option, right? You talk it through and how to move past. So if you're interested in seeing if Workshops Done Academy is right for you, let's get on the phone, let's get on Zoom, and let's just have a conversation. So if we haven't met yet, please go to lorikampa.biz/free session. So that's LORIKAMPA.biz free session, just so we can set up a time, see what works for you in your calendar. Maybe Workshops Done Academy is right for you. Maybe it's not. I'm going to be honest with you. So if you join Workshops Done Academy now, you are going to get 2 bonus private coaching sessions. And that's just because I don't have a group that I'm promoting right now. But that's going to go down this week because I'm going to start promoting the November class. So if you want to jump on, if you've been waiting for the last year, this would be the time to do that. And that would be at workshopsdone.com/program. So workshopsdone.com/program, and it has all the information about what you get and all the step-by-step process. And if you want to set yourself up for success, please set up that time to meet with me. Also, come here every single week live. As most of you know, I am here every single Wednesday with live training for health coaches. It's at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'm on my Lori Kampa LLC Facebook page live, and I'm also on Zoom. And the link for Zoom is always the same, and you can get that at lorikampa.biz/live training. So all of the events are always in the Facebook group for wellness workshop or workshop support for wellness entrepreneurs. So you can find everything there. And again, all episodes are recorded live and they're found on my podcast, Health Coaching Biz Made Easy, at workshopsdone.com/podcast. So at any time you can come in and you can take a walk with me. Let's go ahead and do that. I would love to hear from you how this was helpful for you. So reach out to me, whether it's right now, if you're on live, or message me. Let me know, was this training helpful to you? Is this going to get your butt in gear to get those program dates out there? Let me know what you think. And again, I will be here next Wednesday. So I hope to see you then. And every week you're going to be seeing a different topic. So if you have any ideas of what you would like on here, let me know. This topic was by Lenora. She asked, she said, can you please do an episode on scheduling my launch, about putting together a successful calendar? And again, if you're part of Workshops Done Academy, go to module 3. I think it's lesson 4. You actually have a calendar that you can download. You can add in all this. And so you have it all right there with all the templates. So thank you so much for joining me live. I love seeing you all here, and see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.